but it's not enough. Now the Featherstorm was a bit late. It's a bit of a wombo combo now from RA as they take down one by one. Ultra Prime again. Cube and Stride, the solo lane carries for Rare Atom.
Oh, Rare Atom team fighting, how we've missed you. Managed to get themselves another 5 kill team fight. This time it's the 3 of their own falling down. And even though it's going to be Leanne falling the first in this time, get the they don't need the smite to secure this objective. Of course, there's no on the other side after this point. Southwind zeroes out the AD carry. Very, very close to killing Doggo right at the start of this fight. They've been a very different turn of events.
It's stuck aside. And there's that late slicing Maelstrom. I feel like we've gotten every team fight from Harry, and it does not matter yet again. RA clean house, and game number 1 will be a stop from Rare Atom.
Rarely seen form from Rare Atom in the last few series for them, but revisiting some of their shades of former glory. Gonna take this first game
Lean back, Southwind.
Good to have him back on the roster for Rare Atom, especially with a game like that from at Rakan. Some bright signs for Rare Atom. We couldn't see that in the series beforehand, but they'll take it today. They're not, of course, eliminated from that playoffs yet. It would be one heck of an uphill battle, one heck of an unlikely scenario for them. But hey, starts the games like this.
Drive against Doggo. He can't get the damage down. All out comes in. And is this it? The full ace just comes through. Nobody falls for RA. And the Heartbreak Knife has been shoved deep into Ultra Prime.
Rare Atom were the ones primed and ready for that fight, ready for this series. It feels like on the other side, we talked about Ultra Prime, talked about Doggo and how much of a heartbreaker it has been for them in spring 2023. Rare Atom came in, especially after the first couple of weeks, expecting a little more from this team. Their mid-split and late split haven't really matched the expectations they set themselves from very early on. But in this series, managing to find a little bit of what made us so confident about them earlier on. So they should be on track for that 2-0.
There ain't no Hadron Collider here. It's just RA taking down Ultra Prime with a 2-0 sweep. And that is Ultra Prime eliminated from the spring season of LPL. And RA looked damn good with Southwind at the helm.
Doggo the last to fall. It's the first stand up to the plate for this team. Really felt like Doggo could have once again had an inroad, had a way to success, but once again, sadly, once again, it was not to be. This AD carry that we have come to expect so much from. We'll not be seeing them in the playoffs of spring 2023 in the LPL. Rare Atom walk away, some extra wind in their sails. Maybe some southwind.
Look, and that's already down. Phoenix, that's first blood to Wink the Happy Kitty to give him that gold.
Why did I say I was interested in jugglers? We still have a Blitzcrank in the game. Wink is the hook through the wave. There should be no in which you get a wave. It is a stacked cannon wave. Wink finds the angle though.
You were talking about, so I didn't want to cut you up, and I was going to ask you, is this IA Blitzcrank skin still busted? And I'm just saying, weaving it through. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think Wink is busted. I think Wink is busted.
I think he is pretty busted.
There's no world in which you're hitting that kind of hook. There's a man of minions.
Oh, no, Dream! Oh, that's so close, but a lot of damage given back over to Gideon. Here comes Shadow to capitalize. Now we're going to find the slow from Dove.
Stop this. Very silly. As it is when you're going to go for that multiple times with a half health AD carry. Bodig was not in a position to fight. IG, they just end up disengaging that Baron. That's absolutely fine. See that Shadow in position for a potential steal over here, but the wards up with the IG. Just need to not snatch and grab at this. Just play it out slowly. You have the advantage on the map right now. You stop doing that Baron, and the soul point is yours. Soul is yours if you take this.
Shadow waiting for the steal. Can he make a difference here? It wasn't a difference in the VLG series, but now it's overlived. No, Gideon gets the steal, or at least the take, and that is Soul for IG.
So Gideon secures it. Shadow had not bad timing. All things said and done on that one. Did have the vision over
AoE. They get the Moonlight Vigil as well. That Inferno's doing some work now. Is it going to be a Quadra? It goes over to Invincible and NIP. Take a team fight.
And Invictus Gaming, they give up way too much vision control. They go to the Baron, but they skip steps. Shadow finds the angle. Shadow finds the engage. Dove has no way to outplay the dive on top of him once they close that distance. And NIP, seriously impressive to see them kind of in a very difficult scenario. finding the angle, finding the fog of war, finding both a fight and a Baron.
The all-in together is what's getting me for NIP. It's just decisiveness on target calling, and it's working out for them in multiple occasions now. There is that Baron, a lot of presence on the map here, given over to NIP, and they'll be evening up the gold advantage that IG had developed for themselves.
They do, and they also...
For the mid laners, and we got round 2 fight as Wink is going down now. Double kill for Invincible.
And NIP, they do it again. They force IG back with the threat of the German engage, which means that they can't really protect their carries. Dove tries to hold on to his flash for as long as possible, but this is Elder. You can't afford to give up this fight. It's on Dove, it's on Arn. What can they do?
Here comes Dream. Dream has found the long flank. He walked all the way around. IG realized what has happened, and they have to walk away. Shadow goes for that engage. Dream wants to cut them down, but On is pumping out some feathers right now, and there's no more for Shadow. There's no jungler, and Elder Dragon goes to Invictus.
It felt like the hard work was done. Foden getting closed out, trying to chase away the carries.
He can't do it. Elder Dragon wings flapping. On gets the kill. Dream picking off it on Dove, but it's again. Oh my God, wait, before the animation went through. Dream, you're nuts, but you ain't getting out of this one.
No, he is not. It was a valiant effort from NIP, fighting back against the Soul, claiming that play around the Baron. But when it comes to the Elder, the all-important Elder Dragon, IG finally just about managed to mount a retreat. Shadow not quite able to find the miracle engage, only really found Dove with that one Cataclysm. And even after that point, as things got very strange afterwards. We even saw Chemtech Rift come into play, some big blast cones buying space for IG to wait out that round of cooldowns, disengage and come back for another crack. And that second crack at the Elder Dragon very much went in Invictus Gaming's favor. So
they can snowball this in the Baron too.
They have themselves. Well, I mean, the Elder Dragon is coming up in 20 seconds. You're absolutely right. Gideon walking up towards this top side of the map, trying to find Shadow. You does have the Radiant Virtue, very tanky job, but IG, they made it a little bit difficult on themselves in this late game.
Given Shadow on the other side of the fight. So Foden is not able to get the damage out. Does try to get one last flashy flash, but that is it. And a close finish for IG, but they handle business as business is done.
NIP tried to find their way back into the game through some miracle job and engages, but only so many times you can pull out that kind of magic. Shadow, despite having a really confident win, confident game run, not a win, was not enough to see it out there, despite his return to an LPL starting lineup. And NIP, they've had their struggles, they've had their slumps, they've had their slides, and now they have to see themselves fighting an uphill battle into the rest of the series.
I will say, though, Shadow and Dream were those big moments for me, right? You got to see so many great engages from Shadow, Dream on the Akali trying to pick apart the composition from IG, but IG stand front and center. They started stacking up those dragons, and it helped them a lot. That grittiness in the souls, and Shadow tries to go for the reset. He got it, and he's out of there. There's nothing here right now, and a double kill ends up coming through for Shadow.
It is a game of millimeters in the 3v3 eventually topside. Dove is the first mid laner to the play, but he can't quite clean up, and no one somehow falls from NIP. That is going to fund another item completion for the team of NIP. It's going to be the Rocket Belt picked up by Invincible after that play. Hard earned, hard won. A lot of this is starting just because, again, we're seeing this a lot in the LPL. You have a lot of these fighter melee top lanes, the Jax, the Fiora. Kennen has become the LPL answer to this play. And we haven't really seen a lot of teams being able to
Look at the minion wave, though, and NIP. Shadow trying to fight it. Shadow goes down. Dream is auto-attacking the Nexus. Guys, you just auto-attack it. It's fine. NIP pushes to game 3. They take down IG in game 2 in a beautiful fashion, and kind of the come-up we needed from Shadow, from Dream, and this whole team.
Yeah, a little bit of overestimation of early game potential from IG into some difficult positions. Felt like they overextended a couple of times around what was initially a very dominant Ziggs Leola lane, which felt like it was pushing in, it was getting CS advantages, throwing turrets. That's a little bit worrying for IG, because that to me me, not an issue about the composition. I think the composition was fine. There was some...
On is not gonna survive. While YSK finds one back on his woe, he gets chakrammed to death and invincible. The mighty Croc chops down on his favorite meal.
Much better target selection and terrain control from NIP in this game. They don't allow the Xayah to stack up feathers in one direction. They don't allow the Renata ult to run across the entire team. It was actually a very mediocre hostile takeover. Wink didn't have great options, didn't manage to stop Odic from auto-attacking. Gotta go back into this replay. Schwar being the target of engage from Gideon's flash Q feels like a big misplay. Maybe they thought that this was going to be an immediate kind of lantern into the play, but